Good morning, everybody. We greet you from Indianapolis, Indiana, with today's ASN Digest, and it's presented by Starbucks of downtown Chicago. Visit our good friends on State Adams to get your Starbucks fix each day. And thanks to the good folks there for sponsoring the ASN Daily Digest. Well, as I said, we greet you here in Indianapolis. A lot of exciting stuff going on here. We'll get to that in a moment. But I wanted to touch on a couple of things. The Roosevelt Lakers softball team was featured on ESPNW, and our congrats to them. The building of the softball program led by softball MVP Amanda Scott, 1998 College World Series MVP, leads that program into, she's going to lead them into much higher ground. We had the pleasure of covering them last year. They're coming off of a split against St. Ambrose yesterday. They lost by the first game by a score of 10-1, and then shut out St. Ambrose 10-0 in 5 innings in Game 2. Tomorrow, they host a doubleheader against Ashford, and then they are off until Tuesday. Roosevelt Lakers baseball and baseball in general here in the Midwest has been pummeled. There's so many cancellations because of the weather, and the Lakers baseball team, not any exception. They're back in action tomorrow as they will play a doubleheader against Robert Morris College, and that will be at Lee Fund Stadium in Wheaton, and then they too are off until Tuesday. Crossing the border over to Indiana, Valparaiso, their 3-game series at Oakland was canceled. It will not be made up. They will face Butler University, or are scheduled to face Butler University in a single game here in Indianapolis on Sunday. That may change if Butler cannot get both of their games in against Louisville. These are former Horizon League foes, with Butler moving on. They are now in the Big East after spending a year in the Atlantic 10. So more schedule cancellations and additions for Valparaiso. They played Notre Dame earlier this week and lost to them 4-1. Now on to the exciting stuff that we have for you here. There are 3 teams from Northwest Indiana that are vying for state championships. In Class 4A, it is Lake Central. In Class 3A, it is Bowman. And in Class 1A, in the broadcast that you will hear a little over 25 minutes from now, it will be the Marquette Catholic Blazers. And I'll tell you what, this Marquette Catholic Blazer team is on an absolute roll. They look to capture their first ever state championship as they will take on the Vikings of Bar Reeve. That is a 9:30 tip Central Time, 10:30 Eastern Time, and we will have a full hour pregame show for you. As mentioned, about 25 minutes from now, we're going to come to you at the bottom of the hour with our pregame show. I'll be joined by Donna Kavanaugh of Kavanaugh Media, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. And as for Bowman, they are seeking their second consecutive state title as they will take on Greensburg in the Class 3A championship, and then Lake Central will finish the night at Bankers Life Fieldhouse taking on Indianapolis Tech in Class 4A. It was a region sweep at the semi-state, and they're looking for a state championship region sweep at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. And that's going to do it for this edition of the Digest on this Saturday. We hope that you enjoy all of our programming, and if you do, why don't you consider becoming a listener partner of the Arena Sports Network. For only $30 a year, your contribution can help us build the foundation for the Arena Sports Network, and it will allow us to do what we love to do, and that's bring the spotlight back to the student athlete. And if you're interested, you can also become a sponsor of the Arena Sports Network as well. Giving more details on that beginning April 1st as our sponsorship drive is now on. And we've gotten a couple of big ones. You'll hear an announcement on that later on this week. Snowman in the Morning will return in 1 week's time. We want to thank everybody for hanging with us. We know we've been running a lot of past episodes, but we want to be sure that the foundation continues to get built. That's why we got people out talking to others, handing out flyers, sending out emails, telling everybody about the Arena Sports Network as we look to build and become the Quad County experience. I'll talk to you all at the bottom of the hour as Marquette Catholic will face Bar Reeve for the 1A state championship. You'll hear that live on the Urania Sports Network beginning at 8:30 Central Time with a special hour-long pregame show. For everybody with the Arena Sports Network, I'm Brian Snow here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We hope that you enjoy it, and we hope that you enjoy our upcoming broadcast of the Blazers and the Vikings of Bar Reeve, where a championship is on the line. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Enjoy the basketball broadcast, and remember to make your next move your best move. So long, everybody.